Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about a weekly recap of our training plan. So stay tuned for some of the updates. So to start off, I'm going to run down the week for you. So on day one, Monday, we did the ramp test, and you guys saw the updated video on that. I'll link the two videos, the one that was recorded that I did, and then what Jason did at the end, if you want to see what our results were. On Tuesday, we rested. On Wednesday, we did what they call a wild card day. Actually, Jason did this, so I'll talk. He'll talk more about that later. Thursday, we did the MAP effort, or also known as the maximal aerobic power. This was done on Zwift. On Friday, we did the strength day, and I squeezed in a bit of an easy 30-minute run. Saturday was a long Zwift ride. It was a little over 2 hours in zone 2. So today I did a little bit of some strength training. So I guess we can start off with Jason. How did you feel after this week?
I felt really good. I think the overall volume that we did this week was actually lower than what we had been doing in previous weeks. So I definitely don't feel beat up at all from this week. The ramp test was really intense, and the the map workout, the first workout that we did after the ramp test, I thought that the intensity of it was just about right. It was challenging, but not too challenging, and I felt like it was pretty easy to recover from. And the workout that we did yesterday, the endurance ride, I felt really good today after that workout. Normally, after we're doing a 2 hour plus endurance ride, I feel kind of beat up the rest of the day or the next day, but that wasn't really the case this week. So I don't know if that's a case of adaptation happening. At least I hope it is.
Yeah, so from my how I felt throughout the week, I mentioned in the ramp test video about how I was feeling sort of under the weather. Well, the day after we did the ramp test, I was starting to feel a little worse. It's just I felt a little feverish. I had some of the body aches, um, and I didn't really think of it. I still had some of the energy. And so I went out that evening. It was Christmas Eve, and we spent some time with my family, and I was sneezing and throughout the evening, and I just felt kind of off. So Christmas Day, I woke up with an earache, an ear pain in my left ear. I was feeling the body aches, I was feeling feverish, and so I really didn't feel like pushing myself too hard that day. And that was supposed to be the day when we were supposed to do our MAP efforts. So I said to Jason right off the bat when I woke up that I'm not doing the workout and I'm just going to rest. And so my Christmas day was spent on the couch drinking hot broth um, with the dogs. And so watching the Christmas Story movie, and while Jason has spent time with his family. And so that was a little bit of a bummer, especially with being off for the entire week, and then a little bit into this week for the New Year's Eve celebration. I was bummed. However, bounced back. A lot of vitamin C, a lot of the athletic greens sprinkled in my shakes. Drank a lot of that, and I actually feel significantly better today. I actually started feeling better the day after.
That's where my wild card day came in. So since we pushed the map efforts workout to Thursday, um, I was feeling a little off myself on Christmas Day when I woke up. I mean, I just didn't have great energy. However, I didn't really feel sick either, so I still wanted to do something. So I ended up just doing some strength training, just sort of a light volume strength training to hit almost every part of the body, a little bit of legs, a little bit of, arms, chest, back, kind of a little bit of everything. And then I just did a 30-minute easy ride on the bike erg after that. But the map efforts workout on Thursday, I really enjoyed it. I was a little nervous going into that because, having we both increased our FTP a little bit with the ramp test, and so I wasn't sure, how the map efforts would feel, having to do. It was like a 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute zone 5 work with some zone 2 rest in between, and I thought it was going to hurt a little more than it did. It actually felt very manageable.
Yeah, I think having done all these Zone 2 rides for a little over 2 hours on one day a week on the weekends, I think kind of gives you the perspective of like, okay, so we've done this really long Zone 2 ride and it's uncomfortable. We can do a 4 minute effort, hard effort. At least for how I saw it, as just I could do 4 minute effort, hard effort, and then the times have gone down like 4, 3, 2, 1, like Jason said. So it was, I think psychologically, I was able, mentally, I mean, I was also prepared to do that kind of work. But my heart rate was pretty high in that effort, but probably from recovering from the illness. But I remember I was pedaling, I was trying to breathe in through my nose as I normally do. I try to breathe in through my nose to keep my heart rate steady. But at this point in time, I still had the sniffles. I still had mucus kind of built up. And so every time I tried to breathe in through my nose, I would just kind of like inhale some mucus. So I had to basically just breathe through my mouth the whole entire time.
This whole week was really fun. We both were eagerly anticipating starting this plan. We decided a few weeks ago that we would do this plan in preparation for the Vermont Grand Fondo. We decided to do this plan a few weeks ago, but we just scheduled it to start at this time so that it would hopefully put us at our peak close to the time that we're doing the Fondo. So we were both eagerly anticipating starting this week, and it stinks for Joy that she happened to get sick during that time.
I think I definitely made the most of the week though. After feeling better on Thursday, I was able to do some strength training, recover from the map effort on Thursday. On Friday, I did some of the strength training and I was able to run for 30 minutes, just an easy run, and I felt good after that. So I don't think taking those 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday off, really, I needed it. And so being able to rest and recover in those 2 days allowed me to kind of, I don't know, bounce back, I guess, for the weekend, for this weekend, so that I could complete the prescribed workouts. So one of the things that I mentioned was running on the treadmill. I wanted to so badly run outside, but I wasn't sure how I would feel. And so I figured running on the treadmill, if I feel bad, I can just stop and then just stop there. I have mentioned to Jason in the past that, or in the recent past, that I do miss being outside. When it was warmer out, we were able to do our weekend rides outside.
Yeah, I think as much as we'd like to get outside, especially for our long endurance rides, those are definitely more fun to do outside. But realistically, the weather's probably going to just get colder from here, and the chances that we have a warm enough day to do an outdoor ride in the next couple of months are, pretty slim.
So I kind of want to talk a little bit about strength training. I'm not sure. I know you you didn't really follow exactly what the training plan um, called for. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you did for strength training?
Yeah, I mean, before we started this plan, I was already doing a lot of upper body strength training, and so I just decided to continue doing that. And the reason I didn't follow the plan exactly is because it would have all of the strength training on one day, and just with my knee injury, what I've been doing lately is doing really light body weight exercises for my legs, and then I'll do that on the same day as one of my shorter rides. So I combine all the leg work into one day. That way, the following day I can totally rest the legs. And so I've been splitting up my strength training between upper and lower body. So most of the time on my upper body days, that's all I'm doing, and I'm not working the legs at all. And I felt that the upper body strength training that I was already doing is pretty sufficient. I mean, I'm doing pull ups, bench press, shoulder press, all the the basic upper body strength exercises. So I figured just continuing to do those will should be more than enough upper body work for cycling. And for the legs, I just have to kind of be careful right now. I'm just trying to manage my pain level, and while the knee heals, and see if keeping a light load on the leg exercises helps the bone to heal faster.
I have modified some of the workouts, and so for the training plan has these different types of workouts where it targets either legs, core, and arms. And some of the arm workouts or core workouts in particular, I wasn't crazy about. Like it called for doing sit-ups, and um, I don't particularly care for sit-ups, but the training plan actually gives you alternatives. Like if you don't want to do training, if you don't want to do sit-ups, then you can do this instead. So I have modified some of the workouts. So in a previous video, when I published the We Chose a Training Plan video, I talked a little bit about my routine. Some of the things that I modified were the number of reps. So in the actual plan itself, it'll give me the number of reps to do. So instead of doing X number of reps, because I felt like it wasn't challenging enough for me, since I have been fairly active for the entire year. I've done some strength training. I mean, not consistently, but I think I have built up enough strength. And so instead of doing X number of reps for that particular workout, I changed it to a duration, so 40 seconds. So for example, if I did if the training plan called for 12 reps of doing squats, I did squats for 40 seconds with a 10-pound dumbbell. So adding a little resistance to what the actual prescribed workout was. So some of those were mainly some of the things that I changed. Was mainly, instead of doing reps, I did duration instead. And I've been really liking these kinds of workouts because I feel like there's a purpose to it, and I could see how it would translate into the bike. So I feel a little stronger now that I am doing these different types of workouts. So aside from feeling crappy on Christmas Day, I have to say overall I do feel pretty good. I like the fact that, I mean, I didn't like the fact that I got sick, but the fact that I was able to recover from it fairly quickly is definitely a plus. It does definitely gives me a nice boost of confidence that I can get through any illness. Hopefully it's nothing like the flu. It definitely does help that we did sleep over 10 hours a day. We're on a vacation mode right now, so we haven't been working. So it's nice to be able to sleep in until 7:30, I think, right? 7:30 or so, getting 10, 11 hours of sleep a night. So that definitely helped with my recovery. And that just goes to show you how sleep does play an important role in your recovery. So until next time, we hope you all have a very happy new year. We are excited for 2020 and what's to come. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see how our training progresses for this Vermont Fondo. Subscribing also does help our channel and hopes to kind of inspire some new cyclists out there to challenge themselves and to achieve their ultimate cycling fitness. So until next time, Happy New Year!